And welcome in, takers, as Regan takes a big sip right in the ear. We are your tippers. I am Mac Disfatt-Bidge. We got Ryan the Tagless Haynes and Matt IR Regan. Goes by Regan with his name, Matt. Uh, he, am I right messing up? I'm all right. Shook. I'm shook.
Just because I didn't write my name right.
Yeah, I know. Uh, So, boys, way to kick off our next soft start, our little chub of a start. We got a whole bunch of stuff in the works for you takers out there. We're gonna talk some playoffs. We're gonna talk some news. But we are well, I say we, but Regan is slaving away to get a new logo going. We're rebranding, trying out some new software, recording software. So we will be up on YouTube again. Just a tip, a fantasy football podcast. If you can go and like, subscribe, and set the alerts over there so you can see our pretty faces. Be
They're
much
gorgeous.
appreciated. They are. They are. And you can see our gorgeous hats too. Ryan showing them off there. Look at that. Just a tip hat. Still a few more for sale if you want them. We got a TikTok channel.
Oh,
Channel.
shit.
Say that 5 times fast. Ryan, you're running the TikTok now, huh?
You know it, man. I love the TikTok world. You guys know me and social media. I just can't get enough of it. So check us out at Just the Tip, FFP, on TikTok.
Wow, it's that simple. Just a tip, FFP. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook that way too. Just a tip, FFP, in case you guys didn't get it. I just want to say thank you to you takers out there. Just the last 10% though, that have been following us for like the last 10 episodes we've had. We went through like 88 episodes. I don't care about the 90% that started out, how we got going, how we became legends. Ryan, you picking up what I'm putting down or no?
No, it's flying over my head. I don't know.
I'm talking about the biggest news: Tom Brady retiring, which we'll get into, where he snubbed the Patriot fans. And I don't know. Should we not bury the lead? Is that where we should go? Or you guys want to talk playoff games first? The upsets, choke jobs, best game so far?
You know what? Let's just get into the Brady talk because that's what everybody's talking about this week. Every podcast, every radio station. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and get through it.
All right. As the Miami fan outside looking in, I feel bad for you Patriot fans out there. I've been talking to a few of you. It's sad. He snubbed you guys. Regan, how did you feel reading his posts and he didn't mention you by name? Did you cry a little bit?
I skipped heartbroken and went right to pissed off.
There you go.
That's how it went down. And we're becoming the people I hate because I've been trying to avoid sports radio because of this whole thing. And now we're just talking about
it. Yeah, they won't shut up about it, but at least we're gonna bring something new to the table, right, Ryan? Tell us something. You got some sort of inside scoop? Why did he snub the Patriot fans?
Because he already said goodbye to Pat's Nation. I'm in that camp, man. Hey, we already separated. We already had our breakup. He already wrote me a beautiful, beautiful breakup note. I read it, I embraced it. I moved on. I don't need it anymore. I don't need him to recognize his accomplishments here and what he did for Pat's Nation because he already has done that.
How hard would it have been to write a little thing right next to, like the 4 companies he sponsors at the end of his statement? You could just throw a little Patriot something there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, there's enough speculation on, is he signing with them for one day? Is he going to do some kind of like ceremony at Gillette Stadium? Like what is going to happen in the future? This feels like Patriots 100%, where it's like they preach they don't want to be dramatic and they want to stay focused and it's all about the job and football and yada yada yada. But they do all of this little shit to troll up everybody, right? Like Belichick and his handshakes, Brady and his snubs. Belichick doesn't respond to Brady's retirement for 48 hours. They know how all that stuff is going to look, and they just play into it all the time.
I think Max said it best though so far. When I said that I'm trying to avoid it, and he's like, everyone's talking about it. That's exactly what Tom wanted. That's exactly why.
It is. I thought he was going to wait until at night, do some sort of heartfelt video talking about you Patriot fans. Like, I didn't forget you. Kind of like Steve from Blue's Clues. You know, I was like, hey, you remember me?
Oh, so we're going to get this video in 12 years? Awesome.
Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll all be dead, but he'll be living to 100 or something. So then he'll say something.
12 years, we're all going to be dead. Jesus Christ, dude! I better start checking off.
That was morbid as shit.
I guess.
Climate change, but he's going to survive because he lives off of plants. So he'll dig down to the roots and live, no problem.
Yeah. Hey, good point. Good point. But listen, one more point to this. Like what I just said about Belichick's handshakes, right? He goes to like Mike Vrabel. It looks like they hate each other. And then after the game, you find out that they talked in the hallway for 2 hours and they met with
it was half an hour
and whatever the case is, right? Whatever that story is. So it's like Belichick didn't appreciate Tom. He didn't send a message about Tom. Tom didn't recognize New England. They probably had like an hour phone call that we don't know about where they like, you know, had this giant love fest. Like, I mean, I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
That's not the news from Kraft, apparently, but I hear you.
He was pissed off, and they had something ready to go and post, and I wonder if they posted it before they read his full statement. They're like, oh, he retired. All right, quick, get this out.
With that 3-year-old drawing?
Oh, my God.
On a duck boat?
God awful. I was making fun of that.
I would have left that last trophy off of there.
Made no sense. You do the ones that he won with you. I don't get it. I was thinking, though, maybe bring back a little segment just for fun. Unscripted, of course.
Fuck.
We're getting into, I don't have a video for this, but Bidge, please. Nope.
Oh.
Yup.
I've never been on for a Bidge, please.
Well, you're welcome.
Not missing much.
Pop that shit.
You really are. You're stepping all over my stuff here. Hey, so Tom Brady, fucking Tom Brady, you're the greatest ever, but you can't even thank your fans in 960 words and just mention Pat's Nation? No, you got to talk about the Bucks, who are fair weather fans in Florida. Trust me, I know. As a Miami fan, Florida people don't care about football. Bitch, please.
Not from Florida.
NFL football.
That was a good one, Mac.
I'm not done. You mentioned Michigan. You mentioned your trainer who rubs you down and gives you massages, but not the people that you even plug your merch trying to sell to them for, what is $100 a hoodie? Get the hell out of here. Peyton Manning had more class when he retired and talked about the Colts while he was standing in front of a Broncos bus. LeBron would be more respectful to the people of Cleveland with his retirement speech. That's right, Tom Brady. You are worse than LeBron. Bitch, please.
It's a heavy statement.
This is fun. I like this.
Bitch Please by Eminem, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg, the remix. Anyway. Thanks for getting it, Ryan. Were you homeschooled or something? No. All right.
Maybe.
The one last thing, Brady, with all your scandals with the team and how you became the greatest ever, who it's always going to mark your legacy with all the cheating scandals, your Patriot Nation fans defended you. They would deflate your balls for you. What?
Your mic.
My mic.
It's all good, buddy.
I was getting too excited. Anyway, the fans would deflate your balls, Brady, and you wouldn't even look down at them and acknowledge how grateful they are to do it. And I'm done with my rant. I'm not dropping him from my dynasty team, though. What if he does a Brett Favre and comes back? So I'm holding on to him. Holding on to him. All right, let's continue. Enough of Brady. Ryan, what else do we got?
Well, hey, let's dive into these games from last weekend. I know they feel like they're forever ago, but you know what are your biggest takeaways, your biggest reactions from this weekend slate?
Ryan or Regan?
Yeah, what the hell, Aaron Rodgers? That's a good one. We could probably start there. How the hell do you lose? Easily favored.
I don't know. Playoffs? Yeah. Big choke job.
For San Fran, Jimmy Garoppolo had a horrible game. They say it was the weather. Like, you live there. Like, you're supposed to be good with that weather. Like, I don't know. That was gross. And then my boy Matthew Stafford. You know how I feel. Good for him.
What did you think about like the Niners game? Like I with the Niners and Rams NFC Championship. Stafford, man, Tart had the pick. He had it.
Oh,
that was the game.
Was so short.
Mm-hmm.
So you got. I mean, the Rams are there. They got to the Super Bowl. Brady, well, he's had plenty of those moments where it's like, this guy shouldn't have jumped off sides. This team would have won. This team should have picked off the ball. They would have won. You can't kind of go back on that, but the Niners it was there. It was right there for them.
It really was, man. And especially with Sean McVay with his stupid challenges and burning all of his timeouts before, the 8-minute in the fourth quarter. Like, you might need those later on. He tried handing them that game, and that's why I don't think the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm going with Cincinnati. Early prediction. We'll get into it next week, possibly, but if we record again. But I think the Rams are going to screw it up. I just don't trust Sean McVay.
He had one challenge the whole season? He had 2 lost challenges that game. One of them was like a 4th and 1 conversion.
Oh, they were
clearly the spot was like was on. The spot was on. I don't know who was giving him advice, but
they're fired.
They should be. They should be fired. A fun fact for the Super Bowl too: the Rams are technically the visiting team because of the NFC. So the Cincinnati Bengals could make them go to the visitor locker room.
Wow.
I would. Imagine Joe Burrow puffing a cigar if they win in their locker room with that image. They'd be scarred for life. I want to see Jalen Ramsey cry. Wow. That'd be hilarious.
That would be fantastic.
That's pretty wild, Mac. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, and then I brought up Green Bay. They didn't even play last week. It's still just
we're talking
really sour. Really sour.
No, it's fine. We haven't recorded in a while. We've been upgrading our equipment. We're testing out new software. We've been researching a lot. We want to make a better product for everybody. Like I mentioned at the top, rebranding and stuff. We're putting a lot of work, developing our website more. So we met, got some wings. They were nice. They're okay. That place has really fallen off. We'll have to find a new place, but
hopefully they don't listen.
I didn't mention them by name.
Oh, they know.
Oh, they do know. But yeah, so the whole playoffs is fine, but the Bucks losing, I really thought they had that comeback. But yeah, what happens with this team going forward? Kyle Trask, Brady's gone, so people are like, "Oh, Jameis Winston reuniting." I'm like, ugh.
Also not going to happen.
Probably not.
All right, let's go. Before we go into like AFC Championship and talking about that, let's go into that Bucks talk. Because what are the ripple effects with this Brady retirement? I know you said Kyle Trask, but you got Chris Godwin, unrestricted free agent. You have Leonard Fournette, unrestricted free agent. Ronald Jones, unrestricted free agent. You got Gronk, he's retiring, right? We all think that.
I think he's waiting until this Brady stuff blows over because he's like best friends with them. Doesn't want to take any steam, and he wants his own uh spot in the spotlight in the sun, moment in the sun. There we go. Uh, I'll get there. It's late. I apologize. I didn't even mention the date. Doesn't really fucking matter. But yeah, Gronk, he will retire. He said he'll never play for another quarterback besides Brady. Chris Godwin, though, he has to come back from his ACL tear, and he ain't staying there. Where do you think he'll go? Even let me ask this:
tag.
I think he'll hold out. He wants a contract. He doesn't want to go through this injury without a contract.
I agree.
That's what I would do. But yeah, where do you think he should go? Because he's still got to be the top free agent, even if with the ACL tear, right?
Yeah, it's at least top 5.
Or Devontae Adams, but Devontae Adams wants $30 million a year. Yeah. Me too, man. Me too.
Godwin's he's gonna take the money, like you're saying, Mac. I mean, he's what, 25, 26 years old. He's coming off an ACL tear. He's still gonna get paid. This is his chance. He's already won a Super Bowl. I don't think he's easily just gonna go to a contender. I think he's gonna get paid. And who has the most salary cap space in the NFL? I think they have the most. The Miami Dolphins.
Oh my God.
One of the top 5, but we'll touch on them later, but I wouldn't go there. We got to still see who their head coach is going to be. Speaking of just head coaches, so Chicago hired their coach, Evan Flo. What's his name? Eberfluss.
All right. Here's the thing about the Chicago Bears coaching and GM situation, guys. We're in the running. We have a chance to be NFL coaches and NFL GMs one day because the Chicago Bears have a criteria. If you're going to be a head coach for the Bears, your first name has to be Matt. And if you're going to be the GM for the Bears, your first name's got to be Ryan. So right there, we have an in. We have an automatic in.
I think Regan's frozen. Oh, okay.
That was good. So pumped he frozen.
It was.
No, I'm looking at the salary cap stuff.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's go through the Bears, and then we'll go back to the salary cap stuff. Let's jump all around. Who cares?
All right, who cares? We're just rambling, so if you don't like it, get out.
That's right. But then come back and
download the episode. I mean, you should download the episode and share our tips with your friends and family. Like Regan shares his tip with your mom. So yeah, Chicago. Does it do anything for you? Like, I don't really know. We got to do an episode on the head coaches and know their tendencies, but what do you know about them? Anything?
Well, Eberfluss was a defensive coordinator. I know they hired, I got his name here, Getsy, the Packers quarterback
coach. Yeah.
He wasn't the OC. He was the quarterback coach. It was
he is their OC. You're saying
to be on the Flores staff. Yep. So he is now the OC for the Bears. And what do you guys? How much stock do you put into that? Like you're the quarterback coach for one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Does that automatically make you a good quarterback coach?
Not really, because their offense was handoff to Aaron Jones or on the 10-yard line or pass to Devontae Adams. That was their offense.
So if they get Devontae Adams, they're going to look great.
Well, I don't think that will happen.
It won't.
But David Montgomery's stock going up. Maybe.
Yeah.
I like him anyway.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Chicago, it's still not enticing. The coaching moves don't really. The one that is enticing though is the Vikings. They were gonna get Harbaugh, but he backed out. He went back to college, and then who's the guy? O'Connelly. He's the offensive coordinator for the Rams, and so their reports are it's not official because he's playing in the Super Bowl next week, or he's coaching in the Super Bowl rather. And they're going to hire him So a Sean McVay style offense, we'll see what happens. I think that's a pretty good move, especially for Justin Jefferson. Calling it now, Justin Jefferson, wide receiver 1 next year. No,
It's a
just kidding.
possibility. It's a possibility.
It is a possibility, but depends where Cousins goes.
$47 million this year.
Is that what he's owed?
So he's owed 35 million, but he's 45 against the cap.
That's what it is. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he comes back, but the team like that, if he goes, I don't know how I feel about Justin Jefferson. We got to see how free agency plays out. If you got Kellen Mond throwing Justin Jefferson the ball next year, and you still have Thielen there to compete for targets, and you still have Dalvin Cook, that offense could look completely different, and you might have a pretty good share between Thielen and Jefferson there.
Guys,
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers pulls a Brett Favre and goes to Minnesota.
Nah. Would he do that?
It'd be hilarious.
That was a great season. His initial one when he went there. That was great.
Oh man, I just remember the picture of his leg absolutely demolished. I don't know if you remember that, but his leg was the same color as their jersey. It was the whole thing when they were playing the Saints and they were like the head hunting type of thing. It was gnarly.
Those were the days.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Then speaking of Green Bay coaching tree, Denver, Nathaniel Admiral Hackett. For those video game nerds out there, Admiral Hackett, Mass Effect. No, all right, cool. Crickets. Nope. I don't have the sound drop ready. And then George General Patton is the GM there. Ryan, nice one. I like that.
All right.
So they're not bringing Rodgers into Denver. What's happening?
That's what Patton says. He's adamant. He's adamant that they're not bringing in Rodgers. That there's no base to those claims.
I'll talk.
Are you guys buying that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, you don't. You're not. You're keeping especially when you take a new job, you're keeping the cards close to his chest. Hackett was the OC of Green Bay, so became their coach.
If one of the best quarterbacks, sorry to interrupt, Mac, if one of the best quarterbacks in the league expresses interest in going to your team, and then the next year you have a coaching vacancy and you hire the offensive coordinator for that team, you're not trying to lure that quarterback to your team. That we all know what you're doing, dude. Just own up to it. Come on.
We talked about it when they were signing the contracts to all the receivers. Like they're going big for a quarterback. And we all, or I don't know if we all did, but I know Ryan, you mentioned like, Aaron Rodgers going there. I was thinking maybe Russell Wilson, but then his wife got the job in New York, so he's not going there. He might even have to stay in Seattle one year. But anyway. If my mic cuts out, you guys just talk. All right, you just go. You go for it.
We're working out the kinks. It's a new platform.
It's
in February.
It is a brand new mic. I like the sound of it, and it's just working out the kinks. The connection's all good. I don't know.
That thing got a green light on there.
It does,
dude. Killing it.
Yeah. See, I can turn up the volume, and the light goes up, or I can go lower. Yeah.
Damn.
And turn it purple too if I want to whisper mode.
That's cute.
When I'm talking late at night with you. Anyway.
Just the tip after
hours. So Denver
podcast. Sorry.
Filling all of your fantasy needs.
Not just fantasy football for it. Branch it out. Hey, times are tough, man. Try to make some money. Anyway, back to Denver. Get those receivers in your dynasty team. I don't know. Would you spend a first round pick for Jerry Jeudy or Courtland Sutton, Ryan? Like what's your bar? Second round, try to go second round to get him, especially Jerry Jeudy for his disappointing year.
Jeudy, I think, is definitely worth a late first.
Late first, yeah.
Yeah, he's a top 5 talent, and he hasn't had decent enough quarterback play to see what he's really going to be. I traded a late first round pick for Cortland Sutton.
You did, yeah.
Yes, yep. I think his 2019 campaign. I know he's had a couple of injuries since, but he was heavily targeted, a lot of receptions.
Mhm.
I like him for this upcoming season. Plus, I want to try to get ahead and be cute. It was a cute move. It was like, they're gonna get Rodgers, so
No,
Sutton to be the guy.
I like the move. I would have done that to get him because they're going all in. We talked about it during the season. Their offense ranked 26th and worse, and depending on what category you look at, running, passing, overall, ridiculous. They need to address that, especially in their division that they're in.
Mhm.
That's kind of what is holding me back about. I absolutely believe Rodgers is going there. Does he want to go face Mahomes and Justin Herbert?
Nope.
And then the scary new Raiders with Josh McDaniels. Ooh.
You never know.
Oh, I know. He's going to suck.
Yeah,
Josh McDaniels to the Raiders. Did you see his press conference? He came out and was like, yeah, that was a fumble.
Yeah, dick move.
Oh, come on. I know you weren't there, but come on.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I know you're going to a new place. You gotta get with the press over.
I know we're talking Raiders here, but did you see Eberfluss's press conference?
You making up names?
The Bears coach.
I know. I heard you say it earlier.
Eberfluss.
Him and the GM Ryan Poles, they both are sitting there with their little speeches, and they're just reading them, looking up every like 5 seconds. Like, it's great to be part of this organization. I'm really looking forward to it, and we're going to be building a very strong foundation. I'm like, dude, you couldn't memorize your speech. You're the head coach of the football. You got to give motivational speeches to your team, and this is what you're starting with.
Oh God, that makes me want to not have any part of the Chicago offense anymore. Jesus,
when did you want any other than Montgomery?
Justin Fields, I like him a lot.
Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, good
potential. That potential, man. But with that, yeah, take a public speaking course, man. What the hell? You want to be a head coach and you're doing that? You know, you got to talk to the press like every single day.
The GM too. It's like they gave them scripts. Like the Bears are like, you guys got to read these. Spot on.
No, they probably did. They are that type of organization. So yeah, to the Raiders. Josh McDaniels. What does this do for you? Renfro, Waller, stock increasing. What are you thinking?
Renfro stock up. Just think of McDaniels. Oh yeah, just think of his offenses with Edelman and Myers. You know, like no, just think you really only had 2 guys because that's all that mattered. But it was Troy Brown, Edelman, Welker.
Troy Brown. Come on, that was before his time. Welker,
I know, but always the offense, and he continued it. So on.
Okay, I got you.
So and then Jacoby Myers. Hunter Renfro is in that exact same position, the slot receiver. He's going to absolutely kill it. I'm not projecting anything more than what he did last year, but his floor has risen a lot.
It's on an elevator.
Oh yeah, just going on up. Not the penthouse. We're not going penthouse.
No, we're not going there.
Oh, by the way,
yes, you're going to say it too. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know what you thought I was going to say, but we were talking about Godwin, and I think that's a pretty good landing spot for him, this team. Little vacancy action. I could see them overpaying for someone like the Raiders would.
I like it. They do need a wide receiver. What if they get Rodgers and Devontae Adams, though?
Oh, my God.
I wanted to mention Bill O'Brien interest in coming back to the Patriots as the OC. We're just sprouting all this different news to you guys. So just hold tight with us, all right? It's like when you're telling a story, you have to go on 3 different tangents to actually tell the story. So
it's a timepiece. It's a timepiece.
It really is. So yeah, Raiders. I don't like Josh McDaniels, so
I'm so glad he's gone.
Oh, you're glad he's gone, huh?
So glad. We needed to revamp. The only thing I wanted to ask you guys, are we worried about Mac? Because it is horrible losing your offensive coordinator, especially in your sophomore year. Like that does tend to hurt. But I was sick of the play calling. You run Brandon Bolden one more time, I'm gonna oh my god, throat punch you. It was the worst offense. They could have been so much better and they still overachieved. So he needed to be gone.
I would like the Bill O'Brien hire. Bring him back.
What's Charlie Weiss up to nowadays?
He's doing a podcast.
Oh, that's wow. Okay, that wasn't what I expected you to say, but sure. Yeah,
I'll reach out to him. I'll ask him. But yeah, I don't know. So none of this is really exciting. But the Vikings, when they get O'Connelly, whatever his name is, from the Rams, I'm excited for that one. Miami, they're talking to Mike McDaniel, the nerdy offensive. Speaking of a guy that's not going to win over a locker room, numbers offensive coordinator for the 49ers. Creative guy. I think as an assistant would be great, but as a head coach, I'm not liking it. So they wanted Harbaugh too. They wanted Brian Daboll, but we'll just roll into Miami. They're a little bit of hot water. So accusations from Brian Flores. He filed a lawsuit against the NFL for
whole mess of stuff.
Discriminatory stuff with interviews with Denver and the Giants. You guys probably heard it, so we don't really want to dig too deep into it because we're not Facebook approved lawyers.
I kicked him out.
And he's not. He's like, I really don't want to talk about it.
He's like, I can't talk about this. StreamYard will boot me. But yeah, so I'll pick up where he left off. Flores claiming that there were discriminatory practices with the hiring processes with the Giants and the Broncos, claiming that decisions were already made before interviews were actually had, which is a giant waste of time. And also claiming that there's a little bit of paid to lose scandal with as far as tanking. So $100,000 per loss. Would you boys do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry I lost connection there, guys. I think my cat bumped something.
That's what it was. Or you really didn't want to talk about this.
Or maybe it was the God above looking down like, you're going to say something stupid, aren't you? No, I think from what the allegations are, I think there's some stuff there needs to be investigated. Is it going to be 2 years of Deflategate investigation? I don't know. The NFL, I think they're going to want to have to squash this real quick. So truth will come out. Looking forward to that. As for the tanking, Miami Twitter, you are ridiculous. I know there's a few of you out there that listen. Shut up. Every team tanks. And Hugh Jackson coming out. Oh, I was paid to tank. He did that first. Did you hear his follow-up conference?
No.
He was like, well, I mean, so my first 2 years, we were young, we sucked and stuff, and we just didn't have the talent. So he's totally backtracking. It's ridiculous. So I don't think there's anything there, but the NFL is going to have to investigate it. And it's like, all right, I know Hugh Jackson, you want to be in the spotlight, you want a coaching job. No, go away. Nobody likes you. You sucked as a coach. You did take. You sucked. And you lost the team. So
did you guys see the meme with Hugh Jackson? It was basically like him saying that, there were these offers to get paid to tank, and the top of it said, very rich man, Hugh Jackson. Oh yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
I did want to say one thing. Behind the whole discriminatory thing behind this, I think the biggest thing is really like the gambling, DraftKings, stuff like this. This is going to be looked into big time with the pay to lose, because there is now betting legally through these apps. And what if these coaches or owners are saying something like, "Hey, we're going to lose today. I got $100,000 on it."
Well, I mean, you can't be open about it like that, but
No, I know, but like, what if there's something deeper with this that makes me a little bit nervous? And that these companies they're actually, I know their stocks and stuff are not doing good, but I know the
join
whole
the club.
Yeah, seriously.
Sorry.
I know this is probably going to hurt them though, and it's probably going to hurt their platform.
It's that too. You got anybody that did place a bet, but if you bet on Miami to win back in 2019, you're an idiot. Or ever.
Unless they're playing the New England Patriots.
The other thing too is, what if players from that team are like, you cost me money because I couldn't get a good contract because we sucked, because that was intentional. I said we weren't going to become Facebook lawyers, but it like you said, it's going to trickle down, open up, slippery slope, whatever. I think the NFL is going to try crushing it as soon as possible. So I want the truth. That's tell the truth.
The NFL already came out with a statement.
2 hours after.
Baseless claims. Yeah, without actually investigating.
It's like, okay, dude.
Yeah, I think anytime that the public starts losing trust in the legitimacy of the league, that has serious ripple effects in the gambling community, in the fantasy community. It's the last thing that the NFL wants to be out there. It's not good for the brand, obviously, but I don't know. We'll see. They already tried, like I said, they already kind of tried to squash it, but there's a lot of pressure now, I think, behind this.
Yeah, and like Max said, we're not trying to lawyer this thing down to I don't even know. We don't need to, but we are just saying this stuff so you guys think about it. Like, it's bigger than everyone really thinks. And to finish that statement, I think the NFL is just too big to fail anyways. So I feel like this will get blown over probably quicker than it really should be, sadly. But hopefully there's some a little bit of justice going on.
It's going to be an interesting off season, that is for sure. What else are we got on the dock? We got anything else?
Yeah,
do we
you know
reflect
what?
enough on the games? Like,
we didn't go into the AFC Championship, but before we get there, I want to circle back to the Bucs. So we talked Godwin, we talked Evans, we talked all of these different guys. I don't see any of them coming back. Evans is already under contract. It seems like that's going to be we are a fantasy football podcast. So in a fantasy world, Evans is going to be the only target there. It's going to be a Brandon Cook situation is what I'm foreseeing. Do you guys feel the same way?
Absolutely.
Opposite.
You think they're going to load up?
No, I just don't think he's going to be as productive as Brandon Cooks, and he's going to be the only guy still. Just look at his past 2-3 years. Like, he doesn't get receptions. He gets random touchdowns and deep yardage plays. He's not a multi-reception game where we play PPR. That's what matters.
But if his competition is Tyler Johnson, Cameron Brate, OJ Howard, I don't know if those guys are under contract.
OJ Howard's on a free agent.
That's what I thought.
They are so screwed.
So that's what I mean. Like, Evans is going to be the only guy to target. Therefore, targets will equal more
double coverage. Yeah, I hear you. And I definitely would take the shot on it because he'd be dumb not to, just because of exactly what you're saying. All the work is there and it's pointed to him. But I'm not. He's not going to be my number one wide receiver. The second round, third round. I'm all set there. You know how I'm going first round, anyways, wide receiver. But anyways,
That's a good point. He's going to beat Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks was what, 8th, 9th round this year?
Yeah, he was late.
And that could, in that territory, if he starts slipping because people are worried about him,
he won't go that low. He will not go that low.
No, he won't. But I'm thinking like 5th round.
Yeah,
you're talking about good wide receiver 2,000 yards a season, red zone target. You're gonna take that guy. I'm still gonna draft him over Tyler Lockett.
That's I guess I kind of agree.
You get Tyler Lockett in the 4th round and say Mike Evans is there.
Who's his QB next year?
Doesn't matter.
Lockett's?
It doesn't matter. It'll be Russell Wilson, but he still needs to do another year.
Yeah, you have a lot of competition. Like Lockett's still going to have Metcalf around. He's still going to have, Chris Carson there. Freddie Swain is, Russell Wilson has developed some kind of relationship with Freddie Swain too, where he takes away targets. He's not a fantasy relevant player, but he takes away targets. Mike Evans is going to be heavily targeted. And, another guy that I'm looking at for next season from the Buccaneers is Keyshawn Vaughn. They spent good draft capital on Keyshawn Vaughn. I think he was a 2nd round pick. Yeah. And now is his chance. They're not going to pay at that position if they're going through a rebuild. So at the very least, they might add a 2nd running back where he's splitting the backfield. But I can see him being a low end running back too. And his floor, if they do end up bringing back like Ronald Jones, his floor is that he probably has 5 or 6 games where he puts up, 15, 16, 17 points and finishes probably in the mid running back 3 range. So Keyshawn Vaughn is somebody that I would start looking at right now, especially in dynasty formats. I just got him for a 3rd round pick in one of my leagues. 3rd round picks are you listen to all these different podcasts, dynasty nerds, fantasy footballers, and 3rd round picks are not that valuable. You're throwing some serious darts at the board and hoping something sticks. So if you can potentially land a running back that's going to start and he's going to start for a 3rd round pick, or you have a good feeling he's going to start, I would make that move.
I got Eli Mitchell as my 3rd round pick.
I know you were going to say that.
I knew it. 310, but then I just traded him away. So I overpaid for Calvin Ridley. But anyway, I digress. It's going to be interesting to rank Mike Evans. It is going to depend what his quarterback situation is. Depending if he'll be a 3rd round pick to a 6th round pick. So it's going to be interesting.
One more quarterback. Can we talk about one more quarterback?
Sure. You know what? Whatever you want to talk about.
Finish it off strong, home slice.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, never mind. Can we switch? We can be done. We can definitely be done.
I thought we were talking about fantasy relevant players, but okay.
Seriously.
So we are, boys. We are, and I'm going to tell you why. So here's my spiel. Ready? What if I told you that one of the NFL's most winningest quarterbacks will be replaced by age 31? This is the story of Jimmy Garoppolo. 30 for 30.
I'd probably hang up.
Sorry, he needed 2 there.
It's true.
He's won 70% of his games. Out of the top 6 quarterbacks with the best winning percentages, based off of quarterbacks who have started 50 or more games. Mahomes, Tom Brady, Roger Staubach, Lamar Jackson, Joe Montana, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Peyton Manning, not Ben Roethlisberger, not Aaron Rodgers, not Russell Wilson, not Steve Young. Jimmy G. So I'm saying this because this is going to be the first time we see a guy who has had this type of success be traded at this age and replaced by a younger quarterback.
How many championship rings does he have as a starter?
Ouch.
He's been there, and he just took him to the NFC Championship.
Mhm.
How many
did, or did he?
31-year-old quarterbacks?
He did not. He did not take him. That would be Debo Samuel carrying the team on his back. And
Joey
that
my
defense.
Bosa.
And they would be in the Super Bowl if they just grabbed that pick too. So,
So pathetic. Oh, Matthew Stafford, you're killing me, bro.
So what
so
are the
you think it's a
expectations
bad
next
move?
year?
Oh, okay. Expectation. All right. First,
Yeah.
real quick, do you think it's a bad move that they're moving on from?
No.
Okay. Expectations. I traded Eli Mitchell because I think Trey Lance taking over the running quarterbacks with the running back. I don't particularly like the running back. I want the running back with a pocket passer uh, type quarterback. Exception, Justin Herbert, because Austin Eckler is amazing and he will dump off to him, no problem. And they need to use him in the offense, but I just don't trust it. He's gonna rush. He's gonna be Jalen Hurts next year. That's what he's gonna be. Speaking of, he's having surgery on his ankle, Jalen Hurts. Just to let you know, but he should be good to go next year. But yes,
Just in time to be
Ryan, you're
replaced
smirking because
by
I
Deshaun
am.
Watson.
Because he's your quarterback.
Tom
only
Brady's no longer
quarterback.
my quarterback. He is my only quarterback.
Can you trade Tom Brady in Dynasty?
I tried. Ryan offered me a sweet trade.
Oh
Yep.
my god! I only can
sure
imagine.
did. I wish we could pull up the visual. It was fantastic.
It would take too long for me to go and screen share it, but yeah, it was funny. We'll tweet out a screenshot. Just a tip, FFP. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get enough valuable production out of Brandon Ayuk and Eli Mitchell because who knows what kind of running back they'll have. Mostert's a free agent, so if he was healthy and coming back, he won't take it away. Are they going to try again? Trey Sermon back in there? It's a lot of unknown factors with that team.
I think that I was looking back at the game logs, and Lance had started 3 games, or at least played significantly in 3 games, and there was not much of a difference between Ayuk and Samuel's production with Lance versus with Garoppolo, which is really good news. Not necessarily for a Brandon Ayuk fan because he didn't have the most exciting year this year, but certainly for Deebo Samuel.
It's because Jimmy sucks.
Ayuk is a good flex play. I don't mind him there. But yeah, it'll be interesting to project all that. Which
I got some faith in Elijah Mitchell though.
I hope so.
That offense, even with a running quarterback, I feel like he's gonna still be good.
He was looking good in that playoff game, catching passes out of the backfield too. So I hope he does well. I'm a big fan of him. I spent a 3rd round pick on him, and I combined them to get Calvin Ridley. I trade away my 1st round picks too. So we'll see.
You're ballsy, bro.
I
like it.
I need a win. If I don't, I have to blow it all up. So I had to blow it up regardless. But yeah, next week I think we'll get into some DFS plays. We'll have a little competition for the Super Bowl between us.
Oh,
It'll be
shit,
fun.
Yeah. Can't wait to win again.
Yeah. Then have you guys been paying attention to college yet? We did take a break from the NFL. So Senior Bowl going on and stuff. Ryan, you looking into that at all, or? I have not had the time.
Not really.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of my dynasty leagues, I'm pretty weak at the tight end position, which is I think most of us. Trey McBride is the name that comes to mind, tight end from Colorado State. Probably going to be the best tight end coming out of this class. So everybody in dynasty, just keep an eye on this guy. He's big. He has really good hands. He only had 1 drop pass last year. And then Kenny Pickett, I don't have anything else to say besides he's the quarterback from Pitt, and he won my heart with that fake slide 70-yard run for a touchdown. That's all I need to know about Kenny Pickett. I'm like, this dude's got the swag to do it. So I'm
it's
excited
wild.
to see him too.
They changed the rule because of that. Did you know
Oh
that?
yeah. Oh yeah, they did.
Uh,
Fantastic.
another guy you might want to keep an eye on is Michael Trigg from USC, tight end there. He looks pretty good, man. So might be able to get him later. Is Trey McBride? You think he'll be a first round pick like Pitts was?
No, I don't foresee any tight ends being first round picks this year. He'll probably go somewhere in the mid to late second, is my guess. Depends on it's so hard to tell at this point. It's so early in the process. But if anything, I think he slides up maybe into like early first if somebody's really that needy. Kind of where Fryermuth was landing last year.
I gotcha. Yeah, Jerry stole Fryermuth from me. The problem
Dude.
is telling the guys I want, people listening, they take them. It sucks.
Sorry, buddy.
What were you gonna say, Regan?
Nothing. Just what you're saying is it's the problem with fame. People follow every word.
Fame. Yeah, we're public figures now. Anyway, before we get to the leftovers, you guys got anything else, or you good?
I think I'm good. I think we're all just excited to see where all these coaches land, and then obviously for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Sorry if we sounded a bit rusty, guys. Like we said, we're trying out some new stuff, new equipment, new software, and we haven't recorded in a while, so on camera too. So
Damn,
had to
we
put
look
makeup on. I know we look all right.
Yeah, look good.
I do need to trim the beard, but
it's February. It's cold.
Yeah,
you'd be all right.
it was a little bit nipply out there with the snow. Anyway, before we get to the leftovers, I just want to say thank you to 10% of you out there. Not me. I'll thank the one guy that liked our posts randomly on Twitter. I won't thank the ones like Hutch who have been with us since the beginning.
Hutch
Jared out there, Connolly listening. Shout out to all you guys, kids I coach, supporting our tips. Really weird to say. Supporting our tip episodes. Jesus. Disgusting. Get
Good
your
save.
mind out of the gutter. But yeah, if you can follow us, just a tip, FFP. I don't know why you wouldn't after that comment. And download our episodes, Spotify, Google, Amazon, and you can rate and Apple. Did I say Apple? And you can rate us on Apple and Spotify too. It'd be much appreciated. 5 stars. Leave a comment. Slide in our DMs if you got any dynasty questions, or you just want to shoot the shit, just like we did in this entire episode. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Leftovers. Ryan, do you have anything for the leftovers?
Yeah. Here's an advice for Andy Reid. Take the points, dude.
Take the points. We didn't even talk about that. Screw that. We're not getting to leftovers yet. Yeah, it's dumbass play on the goal line. I don't mind going for it. Just pass it out of the back of the end zone. Like it's you got all comebacks. Something. Throw to Travis Kelce. Big target in the end zone. If you can't, throw it into the stands. You got plenty of time. And then Patrick Mahomes trying to take a timeout after time expired. Ridiculous. Regan.
Let's throw a screen with no blockers.
With no timeouts. It just
Johnny.
That was it.
Situational awareness. That was.
Wasn't that a show on NBC, The Turning Point? Because that was definitely it right there.
I have no idea what channel it was on, but yeah, I remember the name of it. Good job, buddy. Showing your age, you weirdo.
I know the one on AMC, Turn. It was about the Revolutionary War and their first colonial spy. It was okay.
You should put me to sleep.
Was that like a homeschooled video?
It was on AMC, a series. It's on Netflix now, too. Anyway, dickheads. So, yeah, congratulations, Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals. You guys deserved it. Great defense adjustments to shut down the Chiefs in that second half, where they score 3 points in the second half.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
To bring it to overtime. That was it.
And Samaje Perine is the slowest running back history. He was so upright running down the field. He had the ball tucked in as hard as he could. He's like,
hey, you do that too. If you fumble, I'd be running real dumb.
I'm like, is anybody going to tackle this guy? They're going to tackle him? No. Touchdown. P. Ryan. Nice.
He had some good blocking out in front of him. Give credit to that O-line. They were not rated high at all during the season. Then they gave up 9 sacks to the Titans. So that I am worried about against the Rams. So yeah. But it better be a good game. I still think our best game would be that Bills-Chiefs game of the playoffs. So that was our Super Bowl. Anyway, leftovers. I have one.
Okay, carry on.
Did you guys see the clip art releases for Amazon Prime, their new Lord of the Rings show that they're doing? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they're coming out with a show, a series.
I don't have time to watch it, but cool.
Oh, I know. It's going to take forever. They're like doing a prequel to it. So the Silmarillion. For all you nerds out there, you nerd boners right now. The elves. Get some close-ups of their hands if you're into that stuff.
Take it easy, bro.
Okay. It's late.
Someone is.
What's that have to do with
I'm talking about the pictures.
Oh
Jesus.
my god.
Anyway, anything else, or should I play the outro music?
I got a dumb one, so you can play the outro while we talk about it.
Okay, dumb one like the rest of your takes. Go.
Pretty. I don't want to be different. So, as you guys know, we've gotten a lot of snow in New England. We've gotten about 24 to 30 inches, depends on where you are. Either way, I haven't had a spot at my work because it's in the corner and that's where they plow all the snow. So everybody's been really nice, been shifting down a little bit, and I kind of just park on the snow bank with my truck. So today I got fed up, worked a little bit late, and then said, screw it, shoveled out my spot. I brought a shovel. I broke my shovel while doing it and slipped and stabbed myself in the foot and ruined my work shoes.
Jesus, dude.
So, do I ask my work to pay for my shovel? Is the question. Do I go for, a little cash? Shouldn't I be supplied a parking spot?
You should have filed a injury report. That you stabbed
my back's
your foot.
feeling pretty tight right now.
Looked like you were limping a little bit too.
When did you see me walk?
Oh no, that was your mom walking bow-legged like that. Good night.
She went horseback riding.